Can you pick up some milk on the way home? Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. 今回は on the way という便利な英語フレーズについて話したいと思います。これは意外と、自然に会話に出てきますよね。使い方がそこまで難しくはないと思いますが、基本的なルールはきちんと理解してないと間違いやすいところでもありますよね。あとはですね、面白い使い方もありますのでお楽しみに。So it's time for me to switch on English mode. Oh, okay, that's us. We're all set to go. Hold on to your hats. Here's the lesson lineup. Part 1, the basic meaning. So you are in the middle of some kind of journey. You're not at the start. You're not at the end. You're at some point in between. You usually stop, do the activity, and continue moving towards your destination. In Japanese, you would say it like this. Let's take a very simple example. I bought lunch at 7-Eleven on the way to work. I bought lunch is the activity. In this particular case, on the way is at the end of the sentence. I bought lunch at 7-Eleven on the way to work. Here's another one. She always admires the flowers on her way to school. So the action is admires the flowers, so that goes first, and then on the way to school, so on the way goes at the end of the sentence. She always admires the flowers on her way to school. One special point I have to mention is this expression, on the way, can't be used in these kinds of situations. In those cases, you have to use entirely different phrases. In this video, we're just talking about going from point A to point B and stopping in the middle to do something. So those are the basics. Let's take a look at the next point. Part 2, the versus my. Probably the most well-known version is using the, on the way. But we can also add a possessive adjective instead. By that I mean my, your, his, her, their, our. You don't often use it with a name. What's the difference between on the way home and on my way home? Nothing really. It just kind of personalizes it. If you're talking in a general way, use the. If you want to focus attention on the person, use my. It's not such a big deal. You can and should use a mixture of both. He bought some beer on the way home. He bought some beer on his way home. They mean exactly the same thing. Easy peasy. Keep it coming! Keep it coming! All right! Hold it right there. So I was on my way to work this morning, yeah? And I was just leaving my driveway and some idiot, he just went speeding right by, right in front of me. God, I was so mad. Hey, don't put it over there, put it over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Anyway, so I got to the traffic lights and he's there in his little red car. So I pulled up to him and I knocked on the window. Hey you, I said. You! And he looked back at me and said, oh, what's the problem? And I said, listen, you were speeding right in front of me. I want you to apologize. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my way to the hospital. My wife's having a baby. So I looks in the back seat. Sure enough, his wife's in the back there, all screaming and stuff. It was his lucky day, I tell you. Ha! Some people, I was so mad. Part 3, without to. In most cases, when we're talking about going to a particular place, we use the preposition to. However, there are some special rules. When you're talking about here or there, you don't need to. That's because to is already included in the meaning of the words. I went to there. I came to here. They stopped by at a hot spring on the way here. We bought a birthday cake on the way there. There is also one very special word. Home. We almost never use to with the word home. I went to home after work. He sent his wife a line message on the way home. I never stop off anywhere on the way home. Actually, I made a more detailed video about this. I'll put the link in the description. So just remember, we usually use to when we're talking about a specific place. Part 4, do I need the? If we're talking about common places around town, we mostly use the. The supermarket, the hospital, the dentist, the park, the hair salon. How come? Because a very long time ago, there used to be only one in each town. Only one! One's enough! Nowadays, we have lots of them in each town, but the language stayed the same. When there was only one, we knew which one. Everybody knew it. So we still say the hospital or the hair salon, even although there are more than one. I stopped by at the supermarket on the way home. I stopped in at the bookstore on my way to work. On the other hand, if there have traditionally been a lot of them in one town, we use a. We had dinner at a Chinese restaurant on the way there. They got a newspaper at a newsstand on the way back. Did you notice I used on the way there and on the way back? For example, we went to Izu last month. I drove on the way there and my wife drove on the way back. Hi! I haven't seen you in ages! How have you been? Good? I'm just on my way back from the supermarket, yeah. My boss at the kindergarten, she asked me to go and get a few things, you know. She's such a slave driver. This is probably her right now. Hello? Yes? Yes, I got everything. I'm on my way. Yes, I'll be back in time for the puppet show. Don't worry. Okay, bye. Bye now. Where was I? Yes. So I was just in the supermarket and they've got this new guy. He's working on the customer service counter over there. So, have you seen him? He is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, so I was walking past and our eyes kind of met. So I was on my way to just go and, say hello when I bumped into one of the mothers from the kindergarten. We got talking. She's such a chatty person, completely different from me. And time just seemed to pass and, well, I never got a chance to talk to him. Anyway, I've got to run. The puppet show beckons. Bye. Part 5, useful phrases. So there are some fascinating ways to use on the way. They're mainly talking about the journey of life. Pregnancy. Instead of using the usual phrases, I'm pregnant or I'm expecting, you can say, We've got a baby on the way. Arriving soon. We can also use it when a thing or a person is arriving soon. The food is on the way. Your Amazon package is on the way. He's on his way. He should be there soon. And you can often see in the movies,
Okay, I'm on my way.
Careers. We can also use it with careers. It's often used with to. She's on her way to a wonderful career in law. He's well on his way to becoming a published writer. By adding well, it means he's close to accomplishing his goal. Recovery from illness or an accident. If someone is getting better, you can say, John's well on his way to recovery after his illness. She's on her way to a full bill of health. It's homework time! So I'm going to give you a Japanese sentence and I want you to change it into some beautiful English using on the way, of course. この日本語を英語にしてコメント欄のところに入れて後でチェックしますので必ずチェックしますよ。アドバイスを、します。Okay, now the sentence is this. 駅に行く途中ですっごく素敵なレストランを見つけた。Okay? あとは何かわからないことがありましたらね、ぜひぜひコメント欄のところに、何でも聞いてください。The next video is this one over here. It's about what we talked about earlier in this video about I came to here by car. Okay? It's got some very good points that we talked about earlier about how to use to for here and there. I'll see you over there. Let's go.